Welcome back. It's another episode of the Talk Your Blitz podcast. It's somebody's favorite podcast. Not many people. We got like 3 listeners, but we're here. We're doing it. We're 2 of the listeners.
Yeah, let's say we're 2 of the listeners.
But this is going to be somehow, every week. Like, we have nothing to talk about. 3 days before we film, something happens, and it gives us something to talk about. This week, we actually got several topics that we're going to try to hit pretty quick.
Yeah, I was like, probably not. I won't take a lot of time on it.
Some not even really football related. One of them's college football instead of NFL. So we got a little bit of a more
mix up.
Yeah, we got a little bit more, I guess what the word be there, content. We got more content for you this week. You may not like it. We don't know. We're just having fun here. So we'll get into it. We'll get to the first one. I kind of want to go with the biggest thing, and that's the college topic that we had. Because everybody's kind of different on this. And I'm Brendan Sorsby, plays for Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
So he was at Indiana betting on games. Not only betting on games, but betting on his team. Now, granted, he was betting on his team to win. Here's my thing. He goes to Cincinnati. Same thing. Betting on his team, but he's betting on them to win. Now he's at Texas Tech. Obviously, he hasn't bet on them because he hasn't played yet. My biggest thing is they've got to change something in college sports in general. The one rule that any sports thing has, whether it's basketball, professional or college, baseball, professional or college, football, professional or college, soccer, any sport, if you bet on yourself or the sport you play in, it's illegal.
Yeah.
What's he do? He bets on not only his sport, but his team. Granted, like I said, he's betting on his team to win, but what happens when he don't?
Yeah.
And now, the NCAA, this is what I hate right now about college sports in general. The NCAA suspends you for the season, which is rightly so, rightly what should happen. But because really the NCAA has no backbone for these rules, there's nothing they can really enforce. A Texas judge said, he's only suspended for the 2 games where we play freaking Kentucky, Westland, and Murray State. We'll be all right. So now he's getting to play, and there's really no consequence.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, and it's kind of one of those things. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But I kind of, I guess the biggest thing to me is, like you said, he's betting on his team to win. I feel like I would look at it differently, and other people would look at it differently. If he was a starting quarterback and he was betting on him to lose, going out here and throwing 4 picks a game, just doing stuff that you're like,
and most of them,
he's selling the game. That's the biggest thing for me. Like, I feel like if you place a bet, especially for your team to win, you're not going to try to sell the game. You're going to be doing everything you can to win. And like you said, he wasn't even starting or even playing in most of those games, if any of them, as it is. So, I mean, that's the only thing. But that was back to, like I started with, if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If you can't bet, you can't bet, regardless of the situation you're in. But that's the only big thing with me. Is,
my thing is, one, like I said a while ago, he's not betting for his team to lose. But what happens when he does?
Oh, yeah. Well,
then it becomes a bigger problem.
Well, yeah.
And not having any consequences just gives him the right to do that. Here's another thing. All you're showing right now to these, I say kids, but really they're not kids. They're getting paid millions of dollars. They're no longer kids. All you're showing them is, hey, do whatever you want. There's no consequences.
Well, and it opens up a bigger door too, because it's just like anything in the world. If people see one person do it and get away with it, then everybody wants to do it.
Exactly.
So I mean,
So then, how are you gonna go? Well, this dude was betting for his team. This dude was betting against his team. We got to punish him. We can't punish him.
Yeah, but the thing though, I think they're like I said, right, wrong. If the rule is you can't bet, you can't bet. But to me, there is a difference if I'm betting on my team to win over betting on them to lose.
Yeah. Now, and I do think like there's some teams like the Big 12, which is the conference Texas Tech is in. Oh, we won't play them. I think that's just stupid. I mean, yes, obviously there should be some consequences. I can, like I said, I completely understand that. But you also can't go, oh, we ain't playing them. He didn't do it on their team.
No.
Texas Tech had nothing to do with it. They, from what everybody understands, they didn't even know the bet was going on until he had then got there.
Yeah, well, that's all.
So they're obviously, I mean, the one person to be mad at really is the Texas judge.
Well, that and Indiana, because now supposedly, from what I've seen, Indiana knew about it before he went.
And now Cincinnati's saying that they didn't know.
Yeah.
But there is speculations that they did.
Yeah, I mean that's my like I said, it's a sticky situation because, like I said, it just opens a bigger door. And like you said, if everybody don't bet the same exact way, then we got to punish him because, like you said, he's betting on his team to lose. And I mean, even if in all honesty that would be the right thing to do, then then he's going to he bet on his team and he didn't get anything. So I mean, it just opens up a lot of doors that they need to be shut and they need to be open. I mean, you either need to lay some rules out like, hey, if you bet on your team, it has to be on them to win, or score 30 points in the first half. Something that you would actually be trying to do. Because like I said, if I'm if a person starting, which I mean he wasn't a starting quarterback, but just say if a person bets on their team to win and they're playing, well, they're obviously going to be trying to win.
Yeah.
Flipped around to where if you got a person betting on their team to lose and they're starting, then if they're here selling the game, then it kind of looks fishy.
Yeah. Well, my biggest thing in the whole situation is that the fact that really what you're telling me is with this is the NCAA cannot enforce any rule whatsoever. Because all you need is a judge that is a booster for your team to get you out of it. I mean, that's really all it boils down to. And that needs to be changed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean.
And like we talked about before, there is a new rule going, trying to go to Congress and all that. And if it passes, it will help. But like I said, we're about to get another guest.
But yeah, that's my only thing. Like it's just like you gotta do one of those. You either gotta make something somewhat legal, or you gotta figure out a way to enforce the rule. You gotta figure out a way. Honestly, the important thing is you gotta figure out a way to enforce the rules you got. If you can't enforce them, what's the point of having them?
Yeah, exactly. That's the big one.
That's really the biggest thing. I mean, if you say, hey, you can't do this, but then somebody does it, nothing happens to them. I mean, you're in a whole big mess.
And well, like that, the NCAA is trying to punish you, and then, like I said, the judge got him only 2-game suspension. Well, then the NCAA can appeal it, and they are. Well, guess what? The appeal don't happen until after the season ends. So what's the point?
Yeah. See that? Yeah.
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's really which I don't even understand. I mean, I've not really looked into it a lot, but I don't even understand really how it has to go past anything other than the NCAA. Honestly, I mean,
that's what killed me. Now, as long as you got a booster, a judge as a booster for your
team.
Oh
yeah, I mean, you could. I mean, I could have probably told you he had a 9 out of 10 chance of not getting in trouble, considering a Texas judge is the one. I mean, obviously he's not going to want he would have been the starting quarterback this year. Probably still will be after these 2 games. So I mean, obviously he's not going to throw his team in under the bus, whether it's the right or wrong thing to do.
So, well, I don't know. We got so many topics.
We go.
I think I'm dying over here. I don't know what's going on. I hadn't coughed all day until we started this. I want to talk about one that blows my mind, and that's Fernando Mendoza. Listen, I don't know if anybody's heard. Really, I mean, if you don't really listen to podcasts like we do, keep up with sports like we do, you probably haven't. But Fernando Mendoza is practicing. He's practicing behind Kirk Cousins, which we probably expected, but he's also practicing behind Aiden O'Connell. Right now they have him at third string in practice. That tells me two things, and I think it's more of the second one than the first. That either tells me that he came out here to practice and looked horrible and looked rough, or it tells me that the Raiders are freaking idiots and they don't know what they're doing. And I think it's more of the second one because I don't think they possibly could have seen enough to think Aiden O'Connell's better than him.
Yeah, well, I believe that I said I can't remember what I said, but one thing I said that more than likely he probably wouldn't start, even though
my thing I don't expect him to start. Well, here's the thing, I kind of do expect him to start, but it doesn't bother me him sitting behind Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has been a really good quarterback in this league. I can throw better than Aiden O'Connell. I mean, there's no reason you draft him at number one and he's taking snap behind Aiden O'Connell.
No.
That is absolutely just stupid.
Now, I think, and the whole starting thing, like, to a point, I see it from both ways. Like,
they play Miami week one. That's the way up.
I mean, like I see it both ways. I see where it can benefit quarterbacks, but like I said before, though, I've seen some quarterbacks get through into that starting job, and it hurt them more than it helps them. But when you're looking, and I know every team obviously that drafts a quarterback is looking for a franchise quarterback, but when you're looking, Mendoza, everybody was, crazy high on him. At least see what he's got, and why would you not want to start him against Miami? Which, and I'm not saying who knows, Miami may come out here and beat the brakes of him, whether he plays or Kirk Cousins plays.
If you have Miami on your schedule and you've got a quarterback you're wanting to look at, if you don't play them, you're an idiot.
Well, that's
because here's the thing: I don't care if they was picked first overall or Mr. Irrelevant, the very last pick. If they're going to be halfway decent in this league, I don't care if it's their first time they've ever seen the field. They'll be able to look good against Miami. Well, this Miami team is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying, obviously, Miami ain't, they ain't the Bills. They ain't the Patriots. Starting, if I was going to start him, I would want to start him against a team that people and you think you probably should be, rather than save him and then throw him in against a team that you go and have
week 8
we might win, it might not.
The Chiefs.
That's my thing. Like, if I was wanting to see what he had, because here's another thing, and I say this every year, and I still say it. From what you see right now in OTAs and practice, and even in the preseason, compared to what you're going to see come week one, is two totally different things.
Yeah.
I've seen quarterbacks look great at OTAs during the preseason, and first game of the season, you're like, he's like, it's his first time ever playing football. So, regardless of how good or how bad he looks right now, it could be a totally different player come week one of the regular season.
Though, you can't have him as your third string.
And
then week one, go, here, get out there. You're starting. You got to get him reps with the first team.
Yeah. He definitely needs to be getting reps for the first time. Even if you don't expect him to start, he still needs to be taking some reps because he should be your second string, if not first.
Yeah. Well, you're looking probably even unless your season just goes spectacular and you're looking really good with Kirk Cousins, you're looking at probably putting him in week 5.
Well, and that's another thing a lot of people don't understand is like, even if you got a quarterback you're not sure whether he's going to start or be second or whatever, they still need reps for that first team because it helps everybody. Because you've got quarterbacks they got different cadences.
Exactly.
They sound different. I mean, their movement's just different. You know, the way they do things is different. And if you never give him any reps with the starters, and then you have to throw him in mid game, they're used to that starting quarterback. You know, I didn't hear you. I couldn't hear you. You know, like your starter may be louder than what your backup is, and if he don't get no reps, like it can really hurt a team.
Oh yeah, and as a quarterback, you don't want to be thrown out there and not knowing. Well, hey, my wide receiver, when he's getting ready to cut right, if I look at him, he's gonna little quick 2-step, left and go right. I know he's gonna do that.
Yeah, that's
another wide receiver may be running just dart right.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
And he needs to be able to see that.
That's what I was gonna say. You got certain. You see these. Hear everybody. Oh, they're a crazy threat together. And I mean, that helps whenever you're out there practicing, because that's exactly what I was going to say. When you got your receiver, some of them may stutter step before they completely make a cut. Some of them may go straight straight out of a dead sprint into a cut, and that helps because especially when if you want to lead a receiver or something like that, you can kind of see, hey, I know he's going to be open about right in here. If you've never practiced with them, yeah, you can sit on the sideline and watch him, but I'm telling you, like I said, going from practice and preseason to regular season, it's a totally different ball game. Yeah, I like watching it all, but I'll be honest with you. Now, don't get me wrong. If you've got a receiver standing 20 yards away and your quarterback is throwing 10 yards over his head, then you probably got a problem, regardless whether it's regular season or preseason or whatever. But I don't put a whole lot of thought and a whole lot of worry into how he looks in preseason compared to resident. Because, like I said, it's a big difference.
Like I said at the start, the whole situation tells me either Mendoza looks rough or the Raiders just don't know what they're doing. And like I said, I think I'm going to go with the second one more than I am the first one.
I mean, that would make the more sense. But now, I mean, we see it all the time. I mean, pretty much every year. I mean, you see players come out of college expected to be great, and that's another big thing. Like we said before, is I mean, don't get me wrong. There is some players you do expect to come out of college, and would especially expect the number one overall pick to come out and look somewhat like he did in college. But I mean, it's a different world when you go from college ball.
Oh yeah, you got people like Johnny Manziel, who was great in college, couldn't hack it in the NFL. Then you got people like Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, nobody ever heard of. They get drafted and they're
well, I'll be honest with you. The Manziel, though, I think he could have played in the NFL. It was his off-field stuff what got him.
Yes.
It wasn't talent level that hurt him. It was just he wanted to be in the NFL but still live the college life. That's exactly his problem.
Yeah, he needs to grow up. Now, we got plenty of topics. I'll let you pick the next one. I don't even know where to go.
I'm going to jump down the list because this is kind of. I know the last couple of weeks we kind of got off of the whole football, which I mean, we keep it mainly about NFL. And the incident I'm going to talk about, it's not even football, but it relates to fans in general.
And I know where you're going because I know where you're going with this, and I kind of want to give the opposite side of it after.
But I mean, this is just fans in general. But and I don't even watch a lot of basketball.
I watch a lot of college. I don't watch a lot of NBA.
I have watched. But I've watched. If I ain't had nothing else to do, I'm not just like, hey, I've got to be home this time. But if I've been home, I had nothing to do. I've turned the games on a couple times, and it's absolutely ridiculous and honestly sickening to see these Knicks fans acting the way they are after the game. And like I said, and I'm not just throwing this on the Knicks because every team does it. Every sport has fans and fan bases that do it. But I've seen numerous and heard about numerous incidents. But now I just seen one the other night of a Spurs fan pretty much by himself walking out of the stadium. And I didn't sit there and count, but I guarantee you there was at least 7 or 8 Knicks fans just jumped him just because he had a Spurs jersey. Like they wanted him to take his Spurs jersey off. And when I say jumped him, like I mean absolutely beat this guy plumb to the ground, was stomping him, trying to stomp his head, and you can hear people in the background, stomping, like I get the whole trash talk thing. I'm fine with that. That's that's part of it. Trash talk, do your thing.
We've been to several Titans games where drunk. We went to that one where that drunk Jets fan was. I mean, just talking out of his mind.
Well, I mean, he was sitting there, before the game started, talking to us. Nice person you ever met. And then after the game, or during the game, sitting there elbowing me every now and then, trash talking me, and I'm like,
and I love stuff like that.
I'm fine with that because we were kind of go back and forth. That's part of it. I have fun doing that. But there's never, and I've been to several Tennessee games. I've been to a few where they've won. I've been to a few where they've lost. Not one time has it ever crossed my mind when I'm walking out of the stadium and see someone of the team that just beat my team or the team that we just beat, a fan of that team. And I thought, boy, I'm about to just go over and just give him a beat down. Or, hey, let's go over and beat the brakes off him because he's a different. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get mad, when I'm watching the games, and like I said, I trash talk. But to do that, it's sickening. Honestly, I mean, it's not part of it. And they're going to have to do something about it. I mean, they're going to have to come up with something.
Where I want to go with. To be honest with you, if you really think about it, you see it more with basketball.
Oh, yeah.
You see fans all the time. Well, I mean, Russell Westbrook's a big he gets into it with fans all the time because I don't know what it is about basketball fans. They think they can say and do whatever they want towards players, towards other fans. Then you got you got fans at baseball games, taking the ball away when it could have been an out. And thankfully, the MLB started doing stuff and kicking them out of the games and banning them.
Yeah.
You got fans at NFL games that are up, on the field, grabbing them and everything else when they're trying to celebrate. Or, I believe it was D-Hop last year, got whacked in the head and he went over and whacked him back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's ridiculous. But like I said before we started, how I want to kind of transition. The World Cup, FIFA World Cup's going on. Oh, dude, have you seen some of the stuff with the fans?
No.
They're out here. There's, obviously people from all over the world. They're in Kansas. I can't remember what team is there, but they're partying with them. All their restaurants they themed for that team. I mean, there's stuff. That's what you want to see in any sport. You don't want to see, and like we said, I'm a Kentucky fan. I've got plenty of people I know that are Louisville fans, Tennessee fans. I trash talk them all the time.
Yeah.
That's
part of the game.
I carry the mail. I've got customers that have Louisville flags out in their yard. If I see them, you best believe I give them something just to, kind of. Yeah. But now, just because I see a Louisville fan, don't mean I'm going to go out and just,
yeah,
just beat their, you know what I mean? I mean, it's, what's the point?
That tells me
you're a horrible person.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's my whole thing. Like, the trash talking, I mean, that's part of it.
Yeah.
If there wasn't trash talk, it'd be boring. That's part of it, the trash talk. And now, don't get me wrong. I know there's going to be some instances where you go to these games
and you take it too far,
and people do get into it, and sometimes it is rightfully so. Like, I've seen some fans, you'll have a fan of this team sitting here minding his business trying to watch the game, and then you got this other fan over here, there is a line of the trash talking and what you do during that trash talk. Like that dude, that Jets fan that we were going back for, it was all fun and games.
Yeah.
Even after the game, he told us, hey, good game, safe travels. But then I have been at games before, and you see fans from the other team throw an empty can after they finished their beer, hit somebody, something like that. I get, the whole fighting thing. But just to walk out, from the video I seen, like that, and I'm not just saying this is just Nick, because it's not. But I'm talking about just Nick because it's what's going on right now. But from the whole video I seen, and I don't know, I wasn't there in person, but from what I seen, he literally just walked out of the stadium, was walking, and they were hollering at him to take his jersey off. He wasn't going to take his jersey off. I don't blame him. If I'm a fan, I'm a fan. Yeah. I'm going to walk up in there like we're finna beat y'all. But then for them just to, like I said, to just jump him and just, I'm talking just like I told you before the things are. It literally, when he got up, he was on the ground. When he got up, it looked like he just dipped his face in a bucket of blood. He was pouring from everywhere. That's not part of it. Like that, there's no sense. And you really can't punish the team for it. I don't really know, other than take these people to jail, but take them to jail, book them for a night, and they're out the next day. What's that doing? Nothing. They're gonna be back next week doing it again. Like I told you before,
there needs to be some type of security or something.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. For one, as much security as they have in the game, they could have a little bit of that outside the game.
Yeah.
But another thing that I told you before we started this, if they do arrest these people that are doing this, and like I said, I think you got to really look at, if you got a fan, throwing stuff at people, and they get into it and fight, hey, that's hey, he defended this, that's whatever. But if you got these instances, like I said, where they just beat the crap out of him just because he was a fan of the other team, and they want him to take his jersey off and he wouldn't. If those people get arrested, ban them for life, not for a week or 2 weeks. Ban them for life.
Yeah.
End it right then and right there.
Kind of like with the whole Brandon Jordan, there's really no consequences to anything.
No, that's like I said. Yeah, they took him to jail. I don't remember what game it was, but more fans went to jail after the game than the Knicks.
Game 3.
Than the Knicks scored in the fourth quarter. I think they scored they said they scored 20 or 21 points. They 22 or 23 fans went to jail after the game. But I'm sure they're out now. I'll probably be back to the next game. We beat the heck out of him, spent a night in jail, but it's worth it. We're gonna do it again next week. You're not doing anything, But now when you start, popping, hey, you're banning this one. Then people. I don't know.
I went to several
people. They might not.
Basketball games, Kentucky football games. Like I said before, we went to several Tennessee games. There's really no security outside of the game.
Oh no! It's like once you
if you can't walk out that game,
you can't bring a toothpick into the game. But now you leave your AR sitting outside the fence. You get there, it's their man for itself.
Yeah.
And like I said, as high of security as they have inside there, and I get you can't have a security guard walk everybody to the car, make sure they get home safe. But
if you can have 40 people stand on that court during the game, you can have 15, 20 out.
Well, at least a small radius, and I'm sure they could follow them, past that radius. But there could be a few things they could do to make it a little better, and a little more safe, because there's no point, and there's no place in the sport for stuff like that. And like I said, and it's not just basketball; it's all of it. Yeah. But basketball does seem like it's more. It happens more often than football. Like you see a lot of fights here in football, but most time it's one-on-one, just people being stupid in the stands fighting each other. And then they may end up being 5-5 from each team going at it. But the videos I've seen of this finals, it's been literally 15 Knicks fans, 1 or 2 Spurs fans. They just beat them half to death. Yeah, it's crazy. It's there's no place for it.
Let's get back in it. I believe that's all we're talking about. Are outside of football. So we kind of got 2 topics here that involve the same thing. And I know how you feel about one, so I want to jump on it. And that's Jared versus Dylan Gabriels. So anybody that don't know, obviously Jared Burse at the Rams, he wore number 8. He gets straight to the Browns.
He gets away with robbery.
Robbery. Yeah, the only person that got away with robbery on it, he was Dylan Gabriel by getting drafted. Anyway, so Jared Burse shows up. Dylan Gabriel obviously wears number 8. Most people think, well, he's gonna have to pay him for that number or something. No, he said, "Watch this."
Or at least you have to play.
Yeah, he said, "Watch this."
He just goes there and puts the jersey on and wears it. Now he's number 8, and like I told you, I get it. Jared Verse is going to start.
Well, he's now the star of that.
Yes, there's no debate really he's going to start. He's going to start. He's like you just said, he's the face of that team now. But I still don't care. Like, I mean, I get it, but I don't think it's right that, you get traded to a team and you just go in there and you just take what number you want.
Now, well, like we said, I understand.
I mean, I get it.
You should, be like, hey, I want number 8.
Yeah, I'm a starter.
As Dylan Gabriel, you're really, honestly, really in no.
You're in no situation. Telling no.
Telling no and argue. If I was Dylan Gabriel, yeah, I'd hate it, but I'd probably be like, all right, no problem, take him. Like we said, he probably should have said something.
Yeah, I literally said a thing where they said he just walked in there and threw. I'm pretty sure
I feel like that's more on the Browns.
It is.
Than it is him. Now, like he is his own man. He should be like, hey, man, I want that number. But at the same time, when he said, hey, the Browns should have went, listen.
That's Gabriel's number. Y'all got to work something out.
Y'all work something out.
But I'm pretty sure and I might be wrong on this part, but I'm pretty sure he took his practice jersey. Because they were talking about they're going to have to,
No, there's no way his practice jersey fitted.
Well, that's what they were saying. Like, it was so tight. They said they're going to have to get the jerseys refitted now, 8 jerseys refitted because his was so tight. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I seen, and that's what. And the fact, and see another thing, and I don't know if this is true. I just heard it, but if a player has a number and decides to change numbers, that player has to buy out all the inventory for those jerseys. I don't know if that's true or not. I seen that. So I mean, what happens now? Does Dylan Gabriel got to pay for all these jerseys?
I would say not.
But we're still, and then that may not even be true. I just seen that, but still, though, I don't think like I said, and back to non-football related, but should someone be able to just walk up in your work and take your job position just because they've been doing it longer than you have, or they're better at it than you have? I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, if they're better, more than likely they're probably going to end up doing it. But it's different. I tried to make a comparison there, but it's hard. But I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's right that you just walk up in there and you just take it.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, should Burrs have it? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he should get the number, but there should be if Dylan Gabriel really wanted to stand on, no, I wore 8. I was drafted here. I'm wearing 8.
As a teammate and as a man, he should have went to Dylan Gabriel like, listen, I want 8. What can we do? Like I said, Dylan Gabriel probably should have just, if that happened, he should have went, yeah, here.
Yeah.
At the same time, kinda, I can still see Dylan Gabriel not wanting to get him the number. Yeah. But
like I mean, he shouldn't have had to. He should have, just like Burst should have, tried to work, not just going there, hey, it's my team now. I'm taking that. I mean, we got Debo out here. Talking about off Friday, he to come through and takes everything he wants. I mean, come on now. I mean, yeah, hey, hide your jersey. Here he comes. I mean, and that was something that just hit me just like off the bat, that just, I don't know. I get it. I understand it. I mean, like I said, hey, Burst should have number 8. Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should get it by just going in and taking it.
No.
But that's just me.
Well, let's stay with the Browns. We got a whole other topic with them, and I didn't even know this one. You brought this one up to me.
Yeah.
And where we've kind of hit on this before, not really. We talked about, the Browns really have to start Shadur. That's really who they need to start part ways with Deshaun Watson, whatever. Then you bring it up, before we start that. Now the Browns GM or owner or whoever is saying, well, we may give him another contract.
Yeah.
If there's any statement, if somebody that didn't know football come up to me and said, what's one statement that you can give me that show me this team's the dumbest team in the league? That would be it, right?
Yeah, well, honestly, like I told you when I was talking to you about it, I don't care if he comes in and plays this year and leads quarterbacks in every category available. There's no way I'm giving him another contract because when's the next at a football, thing going to come up, of him doing something he's supposed to be doing? When's the next injury going to come up? Him not play for 2 years? There's no way. He's been on that team for how many years now? What they signed to? Was it a 4 or 5 year deal?
I think a 5-year deal.
So he's been on that team either 3 years going on 4 or 4 years going on 5, and he ain't done absolutely nothing but rob them.
Yeah, that's highway robbery.
So
right
there's
there.
no way There's no way I'm giving him nothing.
Well, and like we talked about, you have to start shooter. You have so many draft picks, 2 first-round picks. This is going to be a loaded quarterback class. You have to see what you got.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. I mean,
why would you take Deshaun Watson, who's in his mid-30s?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Nothing. You got a young quarterback that may possibly be your franchise quarterback. If not, you got the draft picks to go get your franchise quarterback next year. Why is it even in discussion to give Deshaun Watson another contract? How many more years is he going to play?
3.
I mean, I just
and honestly, I wouldn't even. I don't think. I mean, it would be highly unlikely that he even has any really good seasons left in him.
Yeah, I mean,
He's not played in 6 years.
that blew my mind when I seen that, because there's no way.
Really, though, it's the Browns.
It still does.
No, listen. The Browns, there's nothing the Browns can do, really. The one thing that the Browns could do that would surprise me is to actually run their organization the correct way. That's really the only thing.
I mean, well, and that really baffles me, though, honestly. It does, because the last couple years, their GM, Andrew, he's actually drafted good.
Yes.
He's putting together, if they can figure out the quarterback situation, they might have a decent team. And now you're going to do stupid stuff like this. Like, I mean, talk about doing stupid stuff like that. That's just, to me, that's idiotic.
Well, they were stupid for giving him the contract in the first place.
Oh,
that was idiotic.
Well, especially
with
guaranteed.
Yeah,
there wasn't
a single penny that wasn't guaranteed.
No,
that was stupid. Especially after what he hadn't played in 2 years and was coming off the big scandal.
I'll be honest with you, there ain't nobody in the league that I'm giving. Maybe I might give you a 1 year guaranteed, but I'm not
giving you a fully guaranteed contract.
That's what I'm saying. There's nobody, because one, you never know what can happen from. Even if he would have come in to the Browns and played that first season and looked absolutely great, second season go out there and tear his ACL and he's never the same person again, you was stupid.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you got 1 good year out of him. And that might not be his fault, but that's the reason why I'm not guaranteeing a full contract to nobody. No. We can go through year by year and set some guarantees, but I'm not giving you a 10-year deal guaranteed. It's not happening.
I may give you, if we agree on a $100 million contract, I may give you 50 of it guaranteed, maybe even 75 of it guaranteed. But I'm not giving you all 100 of it guaranteed. I mean,
but if it's a multi-year deal, you're not getting every year guaranteed, because, like I said,
if it's a 4-year $100 million, I may give you 75 guaranteed. In that 4 years, you're definitely making $75 million. You got to work for the other 25. But
no, see, I think I would do. I think I'd go opposite. If you're supposed to play for me for 4 years and get $100 million, I'm gonna give you 25 guaranteed. The way you play, and if you actually get a play, depends on if you get the other 75. Well, because I mean, seriously, I mean,
well, you probably ain't gonna sign that many people.
Well, I probably wouldn't. But I mean, like I said, okay, you sign a 4-year deal, $100 million, 75 guaranteed. You play one good season. The other 3, you don't do nothing. Was that smart? No,
but and now
maybe 35, 40 million.
You have to give some type of guarantee.
Yeah, some, but not a 4 or 5 year. I don't even remember what was, like a 240, or was it more than that?
It was 240 something, like 244 million or something.
Yeah,
it was something crazy.
4 year guaranteed, especially like you said, especially him already not played for a year or 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even know what he's going to look like, and you just guarantee him $250 million.
Yeah. Well, that was the Browns being the Browns. I mean, my whole life the Browns have never been smart about anything, and it doesn't seem to be changing anytime soon.
Not after seeing stuff like I honestly thought they were moving in the right direction, but
well, let's talk about another stupid team.
Yeah.
So this kind of bad because I have a viewpoint on this. I kind of want to explain and see where you stand on it. But so Brandon Ayuk in I guess an interview. I don't know what he was doing, but he had said in either an interview or something. He had said, "Oh, the 49ers just mad because they were stupid for giving me that deal."
No, it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it was like an Instagram or
it was
TikTok live.
It was something.
I'm pretty sure he was at his house walking around. But crazy.
I would be too. I mean, one, they trade Debo because one, you're upset because you want to be wide receiver one, and you ask for a contract. So what do? They trade Debo Samuel, and they give you the exact contract you want. You ain't played since.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be mad too.
But that goes back to what I just say. Why are we guaranteeing these players?
Honestly, his wasn't even all guaranteed.
Not all of it, but I don't remember what it was they signed him to.
I don't remember exactly, but I think 50 million of it
was guaranteed.
But the thing is, Brandon Ayuk at that time was great. He was one of the top receivers in the league.
Yeah, I mean, he was good.
And he asked for the contract. So what they do, they gave it to him, and then he goes, I don't want to play.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why I said so. They guarantee for one. Listen, like I said, $50 million guaranteed. What happens if he only plays one good season? You guaranteed a receiver $50 million to give you one good year?
Well, my thing about it is, one, how are you going to be mad at a team for giving you exactly what you wanted?
Well,
that's my first thing.
I'll tell you exactly how. Because after he got what he wanted, these other receivers got deals that was more than what he had. So he wanted more now. And that's the reason why he's not playing. Like, that's the reason why, I honestly think a lot of these contracts ought to be incentive-based. Yeah. If I sign you 4 years for $100 million, each year, we're going to guarantee you $15 million. That's a little over half of what you're supposed to make, 25 a year. So, you're going to be guaranteed 15. Now that other 10 to get, that other 10, how many games you play?
Did you get
how many yards you have? How many touchdowns you have?
Did you get any trouble outside? Did you show up to practice on time?
I mean, that's where I think a lot of it they mess up. If you sign up to a 4-year deal, I mean, you
90 of it
guaranteed. So I can do whatever now and only lose $10 million. Sign me up. I'll be at home calling you stupid. Yeah. But that's my thing. Like, I mean, that's my thing. Guarantee them. Like I said, should be broken down 25 a year, 4 year, $100 million. Guarantee them 15 a year. And if you want that other 10 every year, you're gonna have to play and do good. If not, you ain't gonna get the whole 25 every year.
Yeah. Well, my whole thing on it, like I said, one, I get people wanting all the money they can get, but that's like me going, "Hey, Byron, I want that hat." Then you give me that hat, and me being mad because you gave me that hat. I mean, it makes no sense. Well, and then they go, "Well, they're just mad because they were stupid to give me that contract."
Well, here's my thing.
Yeah, they was stupid to give you that contract. That's what they're mad about because they gave you the contract you wanted, and now you refuse to play.
Well, and
now they can't get down out of you because everybody sees how much of a diva you are, so nobody wants you.
Yeah, I don't know if I was gonna say, but I don't know. Like, I think I had one blank. I had something I was gonna say, and I went completely blank on it.
I'm gonna take away your incentives.
Something. I want to blow you at blank. I forgot even what I was going to say about it.
That's why I don't guarantee you a contract either.
No, I mean, like I said, it's just, to me, it's crazy to guarantee all this money, not knowing what you're going to get. I mean, that'd be like, our jobs. Hey, if you work every week, you'll make $100,000 a year. We're going to go ahead and guarantee you $80,000.
Y'all probably won't see me again.
I mean, honestly, I'm a decent person, so if I can work, I'm gonna show up to work.
Yeah,
but if in my mind I know if I go to work every day, I'll make 100,000. Or I can go to work 3 days a week and still make 80, only lose 20,000. That's pretty good to me. I mean, like that's my thing. Like
one day a week,
that's really why I said, a lot of it ought to be incentive based, because for one, even if you get $10 million a year guaranteed, give me $10 million and I'll work the rest of my life for you. and you might think, well, they're different. Yeah, they're different because they're stupid.
Yeah,
because they go out here and buy
a $5 million chain.
Well,
yeah.
Well, no, I wouldn't even say that, but yeah, that. But they go out here. Well, I mean, a chain or whatever. You wear that one person. But why do you gotta have a house with 22 bathrooms and 47 bedrooms?
Or
when you got a wife and one kid, or it's just you?
Or 10 vehicles.
And yeah, go out here and buy 15 vehicles that roughly $1 million each. Now, but you pay somebody to come charter you around.
Now listen, don't get me wrong. If I had millions of dollars, we wouldn't be able to do this podcast in here. There'd be 2 vehicles sitting in here.
Oh, well, I mean, here's the thing, if I was making that kind of money, yes, I'd have a nice house. Yes, I'd have a nice vehicle. I may have a few things, that I really wanted.
But if me, my wife, and my kid, I don't need a 10-bedroom, 20-bath
house.
No,
that's what I'm saying. They should be able to live off of. If they can't live off $15 million a year, any of them.
And here's another thing that always bothers me.
Well, maybe
they spend money on a private chef. Do you really need a private chef?
No, that's because you got too much money.
Like we said, you buy all these vehicles, you never drive them. You've always got somebody else driving you, or something like that. You got change, you got gold teeth, whatever. If you want that, that's. But why are you spending $2 million on a gold chain that we see you wear twice?
No, well, I mean that's whatever. If you want to do that, do it. But the thing for me is, like I said, you see all the time, and you see it all the time. These players, 90% of them, roughly 8 to 12 years after they're out of whatever league it is, whether it be football, basketball, baseball, whatever, they're filing bankruptcy.
Yeah, that's like OBJ.
It's because
saying,
their house.
You can't make it off $100 million. Yeah. Give me $100 million and watch me. Give me 5.
Like I said, give me. I'll take 10, because then I'm definitely gonna be able to live good.
Oh, you give me 10,
but
I'm paying off my house. I ain't even moving. I'm quitting my job for one. I'm selling my vehicle, get me the 2 vehicles I want, and I'm buying right there.
That's my thing. Like, you don't have to. I mean, just because you got the money, don't mean you got to act stupid.
Exactly.
I mean, and like I said, at 10, 15 million a year, you should be able to live very, very nice.
But instead, they want to go to clubs and throw $1 million
a lot of stuff. And buy you a lot of stuff every year. There's no reason why you got to spend $60 million on one car that you're not even going to drive.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't. Like I said, the whole situation just eats me alive, because one, you can't really blame the 49ers for giving it to him.
No, I mean he was a great player at that time,
and he was better than Debo.
But that's the reason why, though, they need to. Like I said, one, if it was me, you would be way more incentive based than anything. But they're also, and some teams do kind of put some restrictions.
Oh yeah.
But if every team needs to have some sort of restriction on, hey, this has got to happen for you to get this guarantee. We're not just going to say it, and then you sit at home and watch us play on Sundays for the next 4 years, and you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Something's got to, you got to meet this in order to get this.
Yeah. There needs to be something. Now, I can understand, and it's hard to, because you can't go, well, if you get injured, we'll still give it to you. Because then I go, twist my ankle, I can't play. But if you go, all right, if you tear an ACL, something like that, and you can't play, then we'll give it to you still. But now.
But that's why I said it would still be year to year.
The whole Deshaun Watson thing, I don't even think, me personally, and I could be wrong, I don't think he's really hurt.
I don't know, but I mean,
I think he
still though, it would even still.
Now his contract's about to be up, so I might want to go out here.
But I mean, it would still be a year to year thing because how many players have we seen tear ACL stuff and never be the same player again?
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not even going to say, hey, I'll give you $100 million for 4 years. You tear your ACL, you still get it. No, I'm sorry, that ain't how it works because you tear your ACL in year 1 or year 2. You may not be good year 2, 3, or 4. So I mean, it like I said, I don't know. It would be year to year for me. It'd be way more incentive based than anything else.
Yeah,
I mean that to me that's just a smart thing to be. And if you don't want to play, don't play. But now here's the thing though. You said I wouldn't sign nobody. Yeah, 1 team, 2 teams doing this ain't. But if the whole league got together in general and said, hey, look, we're getting robbed.
Yeah,
we're going to have to do something about this. And everybody kind of agreed on something, then these players are going to have to sign. But they're going to be looking for a new occupation.
Well, that's the thing.
You can't have just one of the 32 teams decide to do this.
These teams really need to band together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, 1 or 2 teams wouldn't change it. But now you start taking 28, 29 of them, you're going to see a lot of stuff, a lot of different stuff.
So, since we're getting towards the end of it here, let's talk about a contract that I don't know how I feel about it. Because
honestly, out of everybody that's got a big contract, not only do I think he's the more deserving, I think the team around him doesn't. It really don't affect the team around him as much as it does like some of these other quarterbacks. They pay them what they want.
So
because we've seen.
So Mahomes gets the new deal. Yeah. It's the first ever contract worth over $500 million. It's $504.75 million, which equals out to the math, I think it's $72.1 million. Is Mahomes worth it? Easily. Easily he's worth it. At the same time, not like all these other teams, you start paying your quarterback that much, your team starts going down because you can't pay top wide receivers. You can't pay top offensive linemen. You can't pay top defensive players.
No, but back to like I said though, out of everybody that's paying their quarterback right now and all these getting 75, 80 million a year, I think they could do it better than anybody else because we've seen them win without having a number one. We've seen them win.
Seen them.
Oh yeah, we've seen
where they couldn't catch a ball.
But now that's also been injured and stuff like that. But we've seen them win the Super Bowl with Kadarius Toney out there. Yeah. So I mean, the Chiefs and I'm a Titans fan, so it is what it is. But I'm going to give props where props is due.
No, if any quarterback in the league deserves it, it's Mahomes.
Well, and I'm not just saying that though, but like I said, he doesn't have to have Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase to go out here and win. He can win with the lowest of the low receivers. We've seen him win the Super Bowl with it.
Well, here's my thing. With this contract, that's telling me they're going to have to draft one. This year, they drafted. If they can get Rashee Rice to get his head out of his butt, they're going to be okay. But you can't pay somebody that much and then draft bad.
Oh, no. But, I mean, they normally don't do that.
No.
And then when they do, well, and here's the thing, though. When they do bring somebody in, it's like that player plays way better than he ever has. Like that's why I said not only is it just Mahomes though, like that whole organization is run well. The coaches, the GM, I mean the owner, they work good together, and they can take somebody that another team couldn't get to run down the field, let alone go out there and have a breakout game. They can make them have breakout game. So I mean, it's just like out of all the quarterbacks that's getting I'm going to say these $60+ million contracts a year, I think they're in the best shape to do it.
Yeah. Well, and today I was listening to Colin Cowherd. He was talking about it. I think it was the other day or yesterday. But listen, me and him, I listened to him. I don't agree with much of this. But it was the day yesterday he said there's some quarterbacks in the league, you give them what they're asking. Some of them, he said, Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford. And them four I agree. Then he said Justin Herbert. And listen, them four players, one of them Mahomes, yes. That's why I'm
going a different route than what you think I am on this.
You agree?
I'm telling you right now.
Now, listen.
I
think he has the opportunity. I think he can be just as good as them. And I think he will be this year. But based off what he's shown, you can't say give him $72 million a year.
No, not 72. But honestly, outside of Mahomes, and maybe even with Mahomes, I think if you put him in either one of those situations, he would have been just as good a quarterback as they are.
Yeah.
Because last year he was done really good. Both starting tackles out half the year.
Yeah.
Ain't really, I'm going to say McConkey does halfway decent, but ain't really got a good receiver.
No.
He come into the league with 97-year-old Keenan Allen. Which, don't get me wrong, he does good for
amazing numbers.
But, he's never had anything. And he's actually, if you really go back and look, he's been one of the more accurate, the more consistent quarterbacks year in and year out.
Yeah.
With nothing. I don't think he gets the recognition he deserves.
No, I agree. I just don't think.
But I don't think. No, I'm not going to say that. But now, like when you go out here and you tell me, I'm going to say it again, Lamar Jackson or Justin Herbert, I'm going to guarantee Justin Herbert before I do Lamar Jackson.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, my thing is, like I said, Mahomes is really because do I think Josh Allen, Joe Burrow should get that kind of money? Yes, but at the same time, they're getting that kind of money, and how are they performing in the playoffs? Because they don't have a team around. We've seen with Mahomes, he can do it.
And I'll be honest with you, the whole Joe Burrow thing,
honestly,
hard to defend him, but it's not at the same time. Like he's been the same.
He was on a better organization because the Bengals are the cheapest organization.
Well, what I was getting at though is he's been injured a lot,
but that's because they won't build him in O-line.
But that also falls back on he's never had a good O-line, but he has his whole career had great receivers.
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you. We kind of talked. I think Joe Burrow can do it.
Oh yeah, I do. There's no doubt.
But he got to be able to stand in the pocket.
Now,
that's the thing with Burrow. We seen him take a team. He got sacked 9 times in one game and still went to the Super Bowl. Almost won it.
Oh yeah, if he would have had a line, they would have won that Super Bowl.
So like I said, I can understand them three giving them the contract, but at the same time, Mahomes is really the only one that's proven that he could have that type of contract and still go take you and win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, because he's done it. These other teams. It's every single year. I know Lamar Jackson wasn't even in that conversation, but it's every single year. Oh, this is the Ravens' year. This is the Bills' year. And it's the same outcome every year. Mm-hmm. And now I do think Josh Allen. I think he's never really had a great standout receiver.
No,
but he's had decent receivers.
Yes. And he's always had a great O-line.
He's always
great running back.
Yeah.
His defense is not really good.
No, that's the first couple years he had a decent defense, but they were all old when he come in, so they didn't last.
That kind of thing with Josh Allen. Putting up 40 points a game, but when your defense gives up 48, what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
But the contracts, though, to me, are just ridiculous.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, Mahomes should be making $10 million a year. But now, if you're even thinking about giving
a quarterback
Lamar Jackson $80 million, then Mahomes is well worth $70.
Yeah.
But I mean, they shouldn't be making
the cap's like $300 million. If you're going to give one player 72, that's almost a third of your cap.
Yeah.
There's no way this can be sustained unless they just keep raising the cap. There's no way they can keep.
Well, it's about a quarter of. I mean, because
Lamar's wanting like $92 million a year.
That's a third. Yeah, I think he went 86. But yeah. I mean, he's well. I think it was actually 86 a year is what he's wanting. But yeah, I mean,
a third of you can't get nobody in.
No, I mean,
if you give one player 86 million, you got a little over 200 million to give to 52 other players.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you give him 86 and the cap is 300, you've got 220 million.
No, you got 214.
What? Well, yeah, I was thinking just 80 million. But yeah, if you give him 86, yeah, you got 214 million to split between the rest of the team.
Yeah, and then you got receivers want 35 million a year.
Yeah.
So now you.
Well, I mean, honestly, the best team to look at this is the Cowboys. You got Dak wanting 60,
Dak's making 60. CD's making 35, and
Higgins is gonna make. He's making 27 this year. But he's wanting the same as CD or
that's
right
almost
there
half. That's almost half your cap.
Yeah, you're right.
If not, it is.
You're at 120 something, 20 million. So I mean, you got just a little over half left. You got 175, 85 million left.
I mean, it can't. There's no way it can be sustained like that unless they keep raising the cap, which they already raised the cap this year.
Yeah, well, I might be wrong, but I think they try to raise it a little each year. I don't think it's
I mean, it's going to get to the point where the cap's going to be like 600 million. It's going to have to be for a team to be able to compete.
Yeah, or like I said about the whole intent thing,
or everybody's going to get together about
these teams get together about, hey, look, let's put a cap on some of these positions. Let's not, we can't. And I know you can't sit here and say that because you can't say, okay, Mahomes gets 40, Dak Prescott gets 40. I mean, I'd rather have Mahomes over Dak. He's better than Dak, but you got to really, they're going to have to do something, or it's going to end up like baseball. You got teams like the Dodgers.
They're going to have to do. They're going to have to be like baseball, just do no cap.
But I don't know. That's the thing, though. I mean, as long as they keep giving it to them, I mean, obviously they're going to keep taking it. They're going to keep. I mean, I don't blame the players.
But here's the thing.
I mean, if you're going to give me what I asked for, I'm going to ask for the absolute most I can.
But here's the thing with that: if you're Mahomes, you really got to look at this. Do I want to be the greatest to ever do it and be better than Brady, or do I want to make the most money I can? Because the reason Brady won 7 Super Bowls is because he wasn't making $72 million a year.
Oh yeah.
He could have made $120 million a year, but he took less so he could build a team around him and win.
But now I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I see Mahomes taking the 72 every year because we've seen him even when he signed the 10-year deal. I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. Every year he kind of keeps in.
But he was making like, why would you even make this if you weren't on plan on taking?
Well, honestly, I'll tell you why. Because a lot of people don't understand this, but if we agree on 72 a year, come next season, I say, okay, you come to me and say, hey, we're looking at this player, but we ain't got the cap. Can we rework the deal? Okay, then fine. Instead of making 72 this year, I'll make 50.
The problem is
that don't just go away. I mean, you just don't lose $22 million. It just gets added on. And so if you keep on doing this, if you sign a 10-year contract, when you're in year 9, if you're thinking you're about done, then you ain't going to care about the team. So yeah, I know I need everything I want this year. But until you get to that point, you can keep cutting your contract like Mahomes has been doing. You can keep cutting it down to create space to bring in players.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But I mean, like I said, I don't think.
Like I said, the contracts are just getting.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. I don't think any of them deserve. I don't think any quarterback deserves $72 million. But now, if I was going to pay, if you ask me who deserved to be the top of the highest paid quarterback there now, it'd be Mahomes.
Yeah, but he still ain't. That's the problem.
No, I know. I mean, they're going to get him 72, and then Lamar Jackson can get 80, 85.
Yeah, which is idiotic.
And then they're going to wonder why they can't win nothing. Because you're paying your $85 million quarterback to sit on the bench and watch the game week 9 through 13. I mean, that's just how it is.
I don't know. My biggest thing, listen, like we said, no, they shouldn't be making that kind of money. I think it's ridiculous to make that kind of money to play a sport. At the same time, you can make it. I don't blame you.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. I mean, if you're going to give me what I want,
it's getting to the point that there's no way the NFL can sustain it.
No,
unless they do like baseball just shows no cap and whatever you want. Then you get to the problem where you're going to have receivers go, I want $100 million a year.
Yeah.
Then what are you going to do?
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you still got to be able to get it.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't like they just throw out a number and say, okay, yeah, and it just falls out of the tree.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that kind of falls too in the category of if you do stuff like that, you're going to have some teams that can't compete.
Yeah.
Because not every city can bring in and have that kind of money every year.
No.
So you're going to have these bigger teams.
And here's my thing. You see this for baseball. I think baseball is a little different. You see the Dodgers are spending more money than anybody. They have a better team. For baseball, yeah, that's probably a good thing. Because to be honest with you, I mean, I love baseball. I ain't sitting there watching it every day.
No.
But football, it's such a big sport. You can't have it to where 3 teams.
This is the only ones competing.
Yeah.
Well, and here's another thing.
Like I said, it's such a big sport and making so much money. If you done that, it would completely just diminish.
Well, and here's another thing though that I've noticed, and I don't even really keep up with baseball that much, but I've noticed with baseball is you'll see a player sign a $500 million contract, but it's for like 8 or 10 years.
Yes.
You don't see a player sign a 3-year contract for $270 million.
Exactly.
Like they sign these big contracts, but they're also long-term contracts. To where if you really break it down year by year, they're making 40, 50 a year.
Exactly.
They're not making 80 to 90 a year. Exactly. That's the biggest thing I've seen with baseball. Like 90% of the contracts is always, 6+ years.
Yes.
To where you got the same contract in the NFL is a 3-year contract.
Yeah.
So I mean, you just do the math real quick. Obviously, it equals been a lot more year in football than it is baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you got some players in baseball that making the big money, but I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Like I mean, there's a couple players in the league that in the NFL, that could make, like Mahomes making 70 a year. I'm not that mad about that. But now, you shouldn't have Sam Darnold out here making 65 a year. No. Mahomes only making 6 more or 5 more a year than him. No.
I don't know. They've got to figure something out because, like I said, there's no way they can keep doing this. And you can't really put a no cap on it because, like I said, then it'd be 3 or 4 teams that are competing.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah,
the league won't even be
watching. No. But I think we talked about everything but one thing. No, we ain't.
Oh, yeah. The bad thing is, we're over an hour.
About right. We can throw it in a little bit.
I
mean, it really ain't.
I've looked at that board 6 times. I've looked over it, and I've not.
I mean, it ain't really it ain't gonna be a big topic. I mean, it's just a kind of
because we talked about Henry Ruggs 2 episodes ago.
I think so.
Me too. Talking about
him possibly. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I thought he would, but obviously now we're talking about Ruggs was denied parole.
Yeah.
I honestly thought he would get out.
I did too. Well, and I even said, I was like, oh, yeah, he'll be on a team.
But he was denied parole. So now he automatically gets out next August. But he can go back in front of a judge 3 months before his, I think it was August 24th. I think they said he can go back in front of a judge in May to see if he can, get 3 months early.
And he will, so he can try to come back to football.
But what irritates me the most, and don't get me wrong, we've done talked about this. I'm going to stand on what I said and how I felt about it. I don't think he should get parole.
No.
Ever.
No.
Honestly. And I know some people you got to forgive and,
I can forgive him and he can still sit there behind them bars.
But, you see these other people, they do things and they get out. But my whole thing is like his, whatever you want to call him, whatever they hired, lawyer. His lawyer and him were talking and they come out with a statement that they didn't think that the judge was fair to him, or it was something idiotic. Because I don't care. He's a changed man. He gets up every day now, and this comes from him. I'm a changed man. I get up every day now and pray for her family. Well, that's fine. You should.
You can do it behind them
bars. But guess what? You praying for her ain't bringing her back. Nope. I don't care if you pray for her from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed for the rest of your life. It ain't going to change the way that family feels.
Exactly. And it ain't like you accidentally done it. You got behind the wheels, that's intoxicated, and drove 140 mile an hour plus.
Yes, that's on you. That's my biggest thing. Now, here, looking from the other side of this, that everybody, said, he was a great person, he never in any trouble. To a point, I hate it for him. That someone that if he was the type of person that everybody says he was outside of that one stupid mistake, if he was that type of person, I feel bad for him.
But you've done it to yourself.
But then at the same time, I don't, because you chose to make a stupid choice.
Yeah.
And now you live with the consequence of that stupid choice. It oughtn't be this thing to where, well, he was a great person, he made a bad choice. If you would have run over somebody's dog that ran the road, then yeah, I might not be going as harsh on you. But you hit and killed someone.
Yes, exactly.
That person never gets another chance.
Yeah.
That person's family never gets to see them people again.
Yeah.
Or they never see that person again. So that's my thing. Like, I don't care. I don't care if you went from being a low life bum to now, you're, I don't know if they have church in prison or what they do, but if you're the most religious person on the earth now, that still don't wash away what you done. That's still there. Yeah. And that'll be there to the day you die. Just like, in my opinion, like I said, I'm going to stand on what I said. You should be behind bars to the day you die.
Yeah.
Like I said last time,
you took
your second chance is getting to wake up every day, whether it be behind bars or whatever. That's your second chance.
Yep.
So, I mean, which, next August, it don't matter what he's out. It's mandatory. He's mandatory out. And I mean, you can't just look at it on him, because, I mean, it's the court system, it's the way it runs. Everybody's like this, but I think it ought to be the same way for everybody, And I've said this, and this is kind of going to go off football a little bit, but if they would start doing this eye for an eye, I'd almost guarantee you're going to see a big change in a lot of stuff. You start getting out here acting stupid, running around, drinking, driving, hitting people, and killing them. You're either going to have two choices. Well, no, it honestly won't be two choices, but you're going to sit in prison the rest of your life. But really and truthfully, what I think should happen, if you out here, if you get behind if you kill somebody and it's not an accident, like, it'd have been totally different if he would have been out driving,
not intoxicated,
not intoxicated, and
tire blew and he accidentally ran into somebody.
That's just you can't control that. So I wouldn't, I wouldn't be, if he was the person they said he was, then, I would really feel sorry for him, something like having to live with something like that. But when you do something, when you get behind a wheel drunk and then you take somebody's life, or you get into an altercation with somebody and y'all get into it and you pull out a gun and shoot and kill them on purpose, I can tell you exactly what I think should happen.
Yeah.
I think you should be took to the first electric chair available, and you should be put down right there. Lightning bug. But yeah, I mean, I think, because at the same time, even if you get a set in jail the rest of your life, you're still getting more than that person gets.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, if they started doing that type of stuff, one of two things, and this might sound bad to me, would happen. That I'm about to say, but if they started doing that type of stuff, an eye for an eye, one of two things would happen. And the same outcome it would be the same outcome regardless of which two things happen. Either people would stop doing dumb stuff, make the world a better place,
we'd have less stupid people here,
or you'd have less stupid people and the world be a better place. One of the two, same outcome, but one of the two things would happen.
But here, if he wasn't a football star, he wouldn't be getting out of jail.
Oh no,
that's all it boils down to.
Yeah, no,
because he was a top NFL or top football star when it happened. He's getting more leeway than me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I mean that's not even just with him. I mean that's like these players that we see out here, like Josh Jacobs, Ninja and his wife the other night, or girlfriend, whatever. Dude, if I'd done something like that, there wouldn't even be no trial for me.
No,
it'd be straight to the jail.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Just because you have a name
and have money. But I mean that's just my thing. Like I said, if they would start instead of just smacking you on the wrist and don't do it again, if they would start, like I said, do the same thing, eye for an eye, you're going to see, like there's some type of change. It's going to make the world a better place, or you're finna really start eliminating dumb people, and the world's going to be a better place. Yeah. One of the two. Yeah. But either way, the world's going to be better. And that might sound bad to me, but I don't have no sympathy or no heart for nobody that gets out here and drinks and drives. Whatever you do, the consequences you have to face, you deserve every bit of it plus more.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
And it's not just drinking and driving. I mean, there's a lot of things like that. But that's that's kind of what we're talking about. That's what he done. And like I said, he may have been the greatest person alive before that. But guess what? You made a stupid decision, and if you'd have made it home safe, it'd have still been a stupid decision. But guess what? You didn't make it home safe. You killed somebody.
Yeah.
So the worst possible outcome happened. Honestly, if you'd have wrapped your car around a tree and killed yourself, that ain't the worst thing that could happen. You made the stupid decision to drink and drive. But killing somebody else on your way home while you're drinking and driving, that was the worst thing that could happen. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
So now you wouldn't there wouldn't be no second chance for you.
No.
Outside of the jail. There should be no second chance. I don't care what you try to tell me, what you do every day, what kind of ritual you got going on every day. Keep on doing it where you're at. And that's how it should be.
Yeah. I agree 100%. And we went a little longer today. Huh? But like I said, we had
a few, 8 or 9?
8 topics. I mean, we had a lot this week.
And honestly, a lot of them really wasn't football play talk. It was just, but right now there ain't no football really playing.
It's hard right now.
But I mean, it's just, I don't know. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole situation with Ruggs and all these players in general.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think there were, I think 2 or 3 more players have got arrested. I think one of them was the
players in
the Broncos. Yeah, I think it was linebacker or something.
Yeah, he got in all that trouble. Got a what's that thing called where you can't be so close to somebody?
Training order.
Yeah, and then broke it and got arrested again today. I mean,
yeah, well, I mean, it's like I said, whenever you just smack on the wrist, like, hey, don't do this.
Yeah.
I mean, it might hurt for a minute or two, but it's finally going to go away, and you ain't going to think about it no more. And you're going to go back to doing what you was doing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. But Well, I guess that's it for another episode. We're we're biting stuff right now. We're just pulling stuff out of our butts at this point, trying to talk about stuff. We've gotten lucky, like we said. There's kind of something every week.
We're gumming it now.
Yeah, now we're just scraping the bottom of the barrel. We ain't got much left in there.
I'm sure there ain't nothing right now probably else we could really talk about. But I'm sure by next week there'll be about Wednesday or Thursday there'll be
somebody get in trouble.
Crazy things happen.
Yeah, it's crazy how it happens. But like, please, like we said the last couple episodes, just give us something you want to talk about. We're gonna try to think of some more fun things like rituals and stuff like that. We're gonna try to think of some more fun topics. We want y'all to give us ideas. Like everything that we post, share it, listen to the podcast, help us get out there. We've been horrible at getting TikToks out there, but we are trying. We both have full-time jobs. We're trying.
Honestly, though, you said help us get out there. That's another thing. I mean, we can't really talk much about it because we don't really have a lot on it. But, like the one guys, from the podcast,
yes,
wanting to maybe try to, I don't really know. We ain't really talked to them much. We don't know where they're from or, if they live close or, what they're wanting to do. But, possibly wanting to try to do some sort of, interaction, whether it be get together in person or, over like a live or something and do, stuff like that. I mean, I'm down with that. Stuff like that'd be real cool.
Yes.
So, we need to try to, get back in contact with them and kind of see,
And like I said, if
possibly
if you want to get on here with us, get together, give your insight on stuff. We welcome it. We will get together. We will find somewhere to do it. We will make it happen. Whatever we can to get more content out to people. Just keep having fun. Talk about all. We love football. It's what we care about, especially right now. It's, so like I said, just give us any kind of help you can there. I mean, give us something to talk about. Like I said, if you want to get on there, message one of us. Message us on our page. Comment on our stuff. It's whatever. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok. Like and share all our stuff. Listen to the podcast. We drop a new thing every Monday. Try to every Monday.
Yeah.
We're going to have a little trouble here in a few weeks when I go on vacation because I'll be gone, so I think we'll have to drop it early. But it help us make better content for y'all. I think we might have 2 listeners. Yeah, that's it. Give us something.
Yeah, the 2 people we got. Let us know what you want us to talk about next week.
But I don't know. Right now, like I said, we just bite at stuff to talk about because there's really not a lot going on in this fall season.
I mean,
you're starting to get more because of OTA.
There's been a few,
but we don't have the inside scoop, so it's hard for us to go see videos of stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, really, all we got pretty much
what we're hearing, what we're
being reading. A lot of the stuff, we hear from, big time NFL podcasts or stuff
then
like
we
that.
Dig into it ourselves.
And then we can look in. There's some of the stuff, like I said, some of the stuff I do kind of think of like some of the takes, but then I hear, like I said, it kills me because I can't remember what it was, but the other day, before I even listened to their podcast, I was thinking the same exact thing as what they got there and said. And I'm like, if people listen to these podcasts, and they're pretty much just listening to reruns whenever they listen to us. Yeah. Because some of the stuff I've thought of, like I said, take wise, like my thoughts on it, and some of it is more, than just the obvious. Like some of it's really digging in, like really thinking about it, and then I hear one of these other big podcasters come on, and I'm like, now I'm gonna get on here and say it, and people are gonna be like, well, he just heard him say it, so he's just saying it now.
But now, like
that's gonna be part of it.
When the season starts, we'll be able to do more stuff, more content. We'll be able to do more episodes. If we can get enough followers, I would like to maybe somebody give us a game to watch and us live stream it. And, just if it's a Titans game, because you're a Titans fan, I'm a Saints fan. If it's like a big game going on, like if it's Chiefs versus Bills and get our, I would love to do something like that, something to get us out there and give more content.
Well, I'll tell you something I think we need to do at the beginning of each week when the season starts and go through and break down like what team we think is going. You know, to see how accurate we can be.
Yeah.
See
Every week we need to
go through and give our take on
maybe 5 games, maybe 10 games, maybe every.
I think every game.
Maybe every game. Just see what
pick a winner and a loser.
And then we'll keep up with it and see what our record is throughout the year. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
I tell you what I would love to do, and I don't know if we can get it because I don't know if we've got enough followers. I would love if we could start a fantasy league with the podcast.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Just get in there, talk your Blitz fantasy league. And no, it don't even have to be just fun.
We definitely ain't got too many followers not be able to do it. It'd be me, you, 2 other three-man fantasy league.
Yeah. But I would love to be able to do something like that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, I mean that's a big thing, and I don't know. Maybe things will pick up a little bit once the season actually starts. Because a lot of people, honestly, and I'll be honest with you, I've always been a football fan. I've always been a big Tennessee fan. But honestly, a lot of people
don't really keep up.
A lot of people don't keep up and don't really care about like up until probably just
about August.
4 or 5 years ago. Maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I didn't really keep up with the off season. I mean, don't get me wrong, you kept up with like towards the end of the season. If you heard like, hey, it's Derrick Henry's contract year, are they going to give him a contract? And all saying, yeah, I kept up with stuff like that. But as far as just in general going around the league, I didn't really keep up with a lot of that stuff until probably 2 years ago.
Yeah,
my team I really didn't even keep up with other than just the big name players till probably 4 or 5 years ago. But I've always been a big fan, so. Right now, a lot of people, they don't really pay attention to all this stuff.
Like we said, like we talked about off camera, it's not really on people's For You page and stuff like that right now.
It's not, there's everything else going on.
Yeah. So, and we're trying to get some more content out. We're going to get together, make a bunch of TikTok videos, post them. We've got 2 full-time jobs. I work usually 6 days a week. It's hard for us.
3 hours a day.
I'm just that good at the job. I mean, but it's hard for us to sit here and just sit in front of a computer screen and get a bunch of videos. It is. We've got kids. I mean, it's hard. But we're trying. We're going to do better at that. So we just ask, like I said, help us, give us ideas of what y'all want to hear about. Like I said, I'll say it again. If y'all want to get in here with us, we will figure out a way.
No, it'll be fun. I mean, like I said, even, like I said, we ain't really talked to those guys much. I mean, it ain't even got to be like an in-person type thing. We can just figure out a way, to set up online. I mean, cause I don't even know. I know those guys are Buffalo. They're Buffalo Bill fans, so for all I know, they may live in Buffalo. There ain't no way. No way we're getting together.
Skype or something with
in person, but it'd be fun, like I said, even if it's like a live.
It would be fun to get out content like that. I mean, there's people in Thompsonville where we live, that have other podcasts. A lot of them talk about the football. Here, I'd look, let them, get on here and talk about stuff, going on that, their favorite team.
And honestly, even, like those guys we're talking about, that kind of reached out. Just bringing someone new on brings new content because, everybody has different opinions and they have different things they think about and they want to talk about. So, I mean, it helps everybody. I mean, you ain't sitting here listening to us.
Yeah. And
talk about the same thing.
We talk about it kind of before and we bring somebody else in, they may throw something at us we ain't ready for.
I mean, we're either going to look real smart or real stupid, one of the two.
And that gives the best.
Yeah, that's fun.
It really does. So, we're just, like I said, we're just trying to have fun, get content out. So, we're going to keep pushing, try to get topics. We're going to, like I said, we're going to try to figure out some stuff to talk about that's not even really football related, but is. Stuff like we said, just things we do during game day, stuff like that. So, and like I said, once season starts, I would love to be able to go live. Stuff like that. Fun. Yeah. They think we're idiots, but it would be fun.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because there'd be a lot of uncensored stuff come out.
Yeah, it would be.
It wouldn't be a thing we could sit there and kind of think about. Which we don't sit there and think about everything we're going to say before, but we kind of break down the things we're going to talk about.
Yes. And
but if
I
it's
would
live, there really
live,
ain't none of that.
unscripted, just let it
go. Just go if something.
So, like I said, we're trying to be patient with us. We're trying to get more stuff out. We're trying to get better stuff out.
Listen.
It's hard, bro. And we're two idiots that don't
be patient. Look, we've been doing this for how many weeks now?
This is episode 7. We've skipped a couple weeks.
We've had a consistent 3 followers. I'm sure they stayed around 6 weeks. They're patient. They're fine. They'll be back next week.
We've actually got a consistent number of listeners every week.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I just want to get more out.
And honestly, though, like, we had those guys, that reached us. We got out somewhere to somebody.
Yes.
So, I mean, because I like to, I've never seen their podcast.
2,000 views.
And, I had never seen their podcast thing, so, I mean, obviously,
we're getting out a little bit.
Here and there, it might not be a consistent thing, but, that's the reason why, right now, yeah, you get on there and look, we got 6 listeners each week. It kind of, like, this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But, right now, it's not a prime time. And, if we're getting out there for someone like that, to see us, more closer to time and, like we said, give us stuff, the more stuff we can talk about, we may, I'm not trying to say we're going to quit our job and do this, but,
I would love to. I'd love to quit delivering mail.
That would be nice, but no, that ain't even in my forecast.
No, I don't expect it, but I enjoy talking about sports.
Oh yeah, that's me. Well, that's like I told and tell everybody, like we done this regularly, off camera. We.
Oh yeah.
I mean, my wife every time my phone rings, that's your boyfriend. Or if I pick up my phone. Who you calling your boyfriend? Like we do. We get on the phone just 2 or 3 days at a time, just talking about stuff like this.
I wish you quit talking to him. I talk all the time.
But I mean, this don't. I mean, honestly, even with just 6 people, it don't really bother me because we do this for the regular for just us listening. But I mean, it would be cool. And like I said, I'm honestly never expecting this to take off to where like we quit our job and do this, but just to get a decent fan base, and people interacting with us. That's kind of the goal. It ain't to quit our job, make money off this. The goal is just to have fun doing this. Because like I said, we do it regardless whether we're on here. We do it all throughout the week, and then come here on Friday and talk.
So.
But I mean, to get a decent following and like to have people interact, that's the goal.
Yeah, but we appreciate it. Like I said, you stuck around this long.
Yeah, you stuck around this long. I don't think you gotta worry about them being patient. They're all right.
But we really appreciate it. This is gonna be the end of. I guess this is episode 7. Yeah, I can't keep up. You would think we've got 100 episodes out.
Episode 7 supposed to be 11.
Yeah, that's about how it went.
No, we only skipped 1 week, 2. Well, we didn't skip the second one, did we? We ended up doing it a little later, didn't we?
Well, we recorded the first time, didn't recorded once. The video messed up because we got interrupted and it completely screwed up the whole video. So we couldn't post it. Then we both of us had sickness going on, couldn't record. So, but we're trying to get stuff out. We really appreciate the ones that have been here listening.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm on that.
I've been consistent each week.
Yeah, I have our 6 listeners. We're 2 of them.
Yeah.
So, and we don't even listen every week.
Hey, that's when. Look, when we have to rely on ourselves to listen to keep us afloat, we probably might as well hang it up.
Listen, we're pretty.
We're slim pickings when we have to listen to it to make the followers look good.
It's bad. We don't even listen to ourselves each week. But we appreciate it. We're trying. We will see y'all next week. We really appreciate it.